Railing's now in place. What I'm going to do is, when it's dry, I'm going to go over the entire opening here and get the supports and everything painted black, because I haven't done that when I should have. So yeah, once that's black, we will start positioning the eye bolts and making the railings for the ship. And yeah, the belfry, added the whole body to it, added this bit for the bell. There's going to be a hole in this middle bit and the bell's going to be pinned into it. I'm going to paint that black, and then we'll put the bell in and stick it on the deck. I believe it's at the front, I'm not too sure. So yeah, secure the flag lockers, painted the entire section here, added these two channels, casting channels, and I've started to add on the eye bolt barriers. I've just got the other side to do, and then after that we'll start adding these, which are just made out of simple pieces of plywood, and then we'll just paint them black and then stick them on here like that, right next to the panel. And then yeah, I'll show you guys that. And also, I've fit the first mouldings, so once that's dry I'll do the other side. And I believe I'm skipping the mizzenmast, and that puts us onto pack 9. Now I did the 15 mizzenmast eye bolts. Yeah, it's just simple positioning using a traced piece of paper for positioning. And what I'm going to be doing now is adding the forward poop deck rail, which is just simple cladding like we have on this one. So I'm just going to get on with that, and we will start pack 9. Completed the poop deck pin rail, just going to put it in place behind the skylight, in front of the skylight. Done the poop deck rail, just going to put that on the front lip. And also I've started doing the rigging. Put these parts in, the eye bolts and that little butterfly thing, and I'm also putting some pulleys in on the sides. And after that's done, I'm not sure what we'll do next, but yeah. Right, so we're now starting the gallery. I've stuck the yellow acetate on, and what I'm going to do now is start actually putting strips over it. So I've got these 1.5 by 1.5mm square strips and 2 by 2mm strips. We're basically gonna first place 4, so one here, one there, one there, and one there, 4 1.5mm strips to all 3 razor windows. Right, so I'm adding strips here. These need to be have enough space so these little columns can go in between them, so use these as a spacer to check the gap, and then stick these strips on. And then after I've done both of these strips, I'm going to start framing the windows, as I've started to do here. The first frame's in, and yeah, it is. I can really tell this is going to look incredible. Very excited actually, but yeah, should look very nice. I've now framed all the windows on the back. Now what we're going to do is trim all of these strips so they line up with the top of the side of the windows, and then we're going to frame vertically down with a 1.5mm strip on each side. Right, so what I've done now is painted the back of the gallery. It's looking incredible, and I'm doing the sides now, which is literally the exact same thing as we're doing for the back, framing everything. So I'm going to skip over that, and when we get to something that's a bit different I'll show you that. One tip: the construction of this was going very slowly because the super glue, when they got to the wood parts, it would take absolutely ages to dry. One thing you can get is activator for super glue. It literally bonds it within like 5 seconds. It's very, very useful. So yeah, that's why the back I've taken quite a while, because of how slow the glue dries when you're trying to bend the sections. But with the activator I'll do it basically in seconds. Very good. But yeah, I'll continue and see how it looks. Completely lined every single side of the gallery. What we're going to do is start lining off the transom, as you can see there, using 3mm strips of wood and shaping it around the whole thing. It looks like quite a bit of work, but should be interesting. Should come out quite nice, to be honest. So yeah, I'll get working on that, and then I believe we'll start actually fitting the metal parts. Yeah, let's go for it. Right, as you can see, what I've done is added a layer of super glue here. So this layer is nice and rough, so the black paint can actually adhere to the plastic properly, because it most likely won't if there wasn't that rough layer on there. And then this whole bit's going to be painted in black, every single section. Finished the lining of the transom, looks very nice. And I've also got 129 die cast pillows that I'm all going to paint gold, and then we're going to put them in between these sections. Just nice and easy work. So yeah, you can see this is one completed side. Some of the balusters need to have a little touch up of gold paint. That's no problem because it's only a tiny bit. Some bits like here are touched because of glue. We're gonna have to go over them a bit with black paint. But yeah, this side is done, and I'm gonna have to do it for the other side and the back. And then yeah, we'll see how it goes, and we'll slowly start finishing off the gallery. Done the balusters on both sides of the gallery. I've still got the back to do. What I'm going to basically do is I'm doing about 10 balusters and then doing a little thing in between. So for example, I've now done the mouldings on one side of the ship, and I'm going to continue this on the other side, and then we will start making the gun ports. So what I've finished doing is painting each side of the ship and painting the remainder of the gun ports red ochre. What I've also done is painted the hinges black and added hinges on the gallery windows on the bottom. Also, I've started to drill the holes for the 9 gun ports on each side, so there's 18 altogether left to do right now. There's 9 on each side, 9 with strings that are stringed up, and then 2 that flap open, one on here, one on the other side. And then cutting these into these gun ports into position. And what I'm going to do is paint 1, 2, 3, 4 sides of them black, because I'm not sure about the width and the height yet, but if you are, you can only just do 3 sides. And then the face I'm going to paint black, so they're ready for me to put the hinges on and start skewering them onto the actual ship. I'm not sure about whether it's a perfect idea to do it now, but I will just trust the instructions, because I think the ports may be a little bit fiddly. I don't know, I guess we'll just have to see. If it does break, I guess we do have spare materials and stuff to save it for later and do it then, but yeah, it's coming along beautifully, as you can see. Basically, almost the whole thing's painted. Messed up a little bit here, I'll just go over that in yellow ochre paint again. But yeah, this strip here, this moulding strip, is left unpainted, because that's where the chain rail's going to glue on. Yeah, it's looking nice. I've put the gun port lids on every single port on the side. What I'm going to do now is make the gun port that opens in the middle, which is a bit of a different one. So there's only one on this side and one on the other, so I'll just do that and we'll start making the chain rails.